Hi, Stephanie Denman here from the Denman Homestead, and today I'm going to be doing a video, an entire video on a forewarning. I think it's important to be authentic. Actually, let me just pull up a chair. Give me a minute. Okay. Water cooler or ice chest will do. All right. So listen. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge that I am aware of where a lot of our audience comes from. I know that part of our family has an animal sanctuary. So although I don't feel as though I owe anyone an explanation of the way that we choose to live our life, I find it in me to still give an explanation, to still give a heads up, to still give an insight to those of you who don't live this life, who don't live this type of situation that I do. And I just hope, and my honest hope is though, that these types of videos are educational for those that want to live a similar lifestyle to mine. And no two lifestyles are going to be the same. I mean, there may be people out there that raise their own food, but they don't maybe make their own soaps. Or, you know, there's homesteaders out there that do different things than me. And I'm always trying to learn and grow from others. So, honestly and truly, these next couple of videos that I'm going to be sharing are to reach out and to share and to educate this part of my life with others that don't know about it or want to learn more about it or just genuinely curious about it, as a resource and as a tool and as just another insight to how we live. It's just another part of my world that I don't share openly and freely with everyone, because it's a hard thing to talk about and it's a hard thing to process for some people. Now let me back up and tell you a little bit about our life and our history together. Buddy, in the past, has been vegan. He's been a vegetarian. He's been pescatarian. And to just give you kind of a rundown on what all of those things are, veganism is absolutely no animal products whatsoever. No butter, no milk, no cheese, no eggs. Some vegans don't eat honey because it's a byproduct. And so veganism is a completely no animal product diet whatsoever. Buddy's also chosen to be a vegetarian for I think it was like 8 years. He was a vegetarian, where he just didn't eat meat. He would eat some eggs and milk, some cheese, some butter, byproducts. He would, but as far as like meat was concerned, no meat whatsoever. When Buddy was vegetarian, this was probably about 5 years ago. I decided, but I've never been vegetarian or vegan or any of those things. I've always supported Buddy in whatever diet or lifestyle he wanted to explore. That's his choice, and I'll support him in that. And there's been times where I've cooked 5 different meals for 5 different people in this house I don't know many people that would do that, but I support him in whatever he wants to do and however he wants to eat. Right now, he's a meat eater. He'll eat meat, no problems. Makes my job a lot easier as far as cooking is concerned, but it did open my eyes as far as like different ways to cook and prepare vegetables, and different even ethnicities have some really great vegetarian meals that I never would have tried or experienced had he not gone through what he went through. And he can tell you all the reasons why he went down that path. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. It's not my decision to make for him, but this is my truth. So about 5 years ago, I decided for me and the kids, I wanted to try to, because I had the means, live a more conscientious lifestyle when it came to the meats that we were eating. And I wanted to start with poultry. So I purchased some meat birds. They're called Cornish cross. They grow extremely fast. They only live to be about 8 weeks old or so. They can live longer, but the longer they live, the larger they get. And honestly, the way that they're bred, they tend to die with like heart attacks and things because their heart just can't keep up with the fast growth of their body. They're literally bred for meat. For me, that was an interesting experience because it was just, you know, will I ever do Cornish cross again? Probably not. Just because it was hard to watch, you know, those, as they got bigger, they struggled to, and I don't want an animal to struggle. A lot of the birds that you eat and you buy from the store, those are those birds because they are bred to grow fast, to eat a small amount of food in a short amount of time, and to be processed really quickly. That's the facts. Another reason why I decided to grow my own meat or my own poultry is because I wanted my kids to really connect the dots between when they go to McDonald's and eat a chicken nugget, whether they're real chicken or not, that's another discussion. But when they eat chicken from wherever we go, I want them to be able to know that it's a living thing that we're eating and where their food comes from. I think when you really connect with your food, you start taking responsibility and accountability for your own health and for what you put in your body. It's so easy to be ignorant, so easy to be to turn a blind eye and not think about it, not think about where that burger came from. I don't want to know. I don't want to know that it had a face. You know? So I'm not going to show you anything on this video. I'm not going to show you a thing. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my past and what's to come, and just give you an entire forewarning episode, honestly, because I respect you guys and I respect our viewership, and I want to give you that opportunity to understand before we jump in. And if you do decide to stick around for the following episode, I can assure you that we won't be showing the actual dispatch portion of chickens. There are videos out there that if you're looking for that guidance, there's videos out there that can show you what to do. I will explain it to the best of my ability, but I don't feel like I'm at a point where that would be a good idea to explicitly show that on camera. The before and the after and everything else, I will be happy to show you. How we prep everything, how we get everything set up, the tools that I'll be using, going to get the birds, and, you know, the process after. So I'll explain to you that the birds that I will be dispatching are my roosters. So I incubated a lot of chickens, which, you know, comes with another level of, it's hard. It's not an easy thing. And if it is easy for you, I think maybe you need therapy, honestly, because if it ever gets to a point that you're numb to killing, or taking a life of something else, and it's not something that you're thankful for, or that you pray about, or that you give thanks to the animal for, whatever it may be, I think that if you reach a certain point where, you know, you become numb to that, and maybe it's your profession, that you're a butcher or you work in a slaughterhouse, and that's just you're numb to it. You know, I think it takes a little bit of the humanity away from us. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. But raising these chickens, watching them hatch, being excited about them, having my children be excited about them, feeding them, caring for them every day, it's hard. It's hard. But at the same time, I know for the health of my flock that we don't need all those roosters. Could I rehome the roosters? Could I find them better homes? That's a possibility, but honestly, I paid the money to feed those birds. I care and raise them, and I know what they've eaten, I know how they've lived, I know how they've been cared for, and it's my right to be able to keep them for my family in whatever way that I see fit. And you never know. I mean, you rehome a rooster and maybe they're used for cockfighting or whatever, you know, you just don't know. Sometimes people will just round up birds and kill them for themselves. That's the truth. You know, they're looking for cheap roosters because people have lots of roosters, and then they've got themselves a great meal. So we eat a lot of chicken, and if I've paid for that chicken, basically from day one, I'm gonna make use of the chicken. So those are my thoughts on it. Buddy has different thoughts on it. I don't know if he'll do a sit down and talk to you about it. Buddy doesn't have anything to do with this. He doesn't. And that's okay. Like, that's totally fine with me. I respect that. But one thing that when I talked to Buddy about it, and we had this conversation before, 5 years ago or so, and I said, hey, this is what I've been wanting to do for me and the kids. How do you feel about it? And I think the initial consensus was, I mean, honestly, with all of the family, was that they didn't think I was going to be able to do it or handle it. And, you know, I did it, and I wouldn't say that I didn't have any problems doing it, because I did, you know, it wasn't like an easy and fun thing to do, right? But he appreciated the fact that I wanted to provide an organic, homegrown experience for our kids and for me. And Buddy actually, at the time, was not eating meat, but he did eat that meat. So Buddy did try it, because he knew where it came from, and how it was treated, how it was raised, what it was fed with. All those things were important to him. And it is still important to us, and we try our best, but still, even when we go to the grocery store and we buy organic things, or, you know, it's so hard to really know. It really is so hard to know. And I think some of you already, I've said this before, but I don't really 100% trust our government. Okay? Like, I don't trust USDA, I don't trust the FDA, I could go on and on and on. So what I know and what I've done and what I raise and what I feed my kids, I'm going to try to do it to the best of my ability, and whatever's out of my control, I'm going to try to navigate that to the best of my ability and make the most informed decisions to the best of my ability. So, I hope that wasn't too long-winded. I understand I may lose some of you. I hate that. But I'm not gonna not be myself. And I hope that you can appreciate that. I've got vegan and friends, vegetarian friends. Like I said, my husband was for a long time. And we can definitely, believe it or not, agree to disagree, or better yet, just respect one another for our way of life. So yeah, I mean, I know I've had to say this before, but if you don't have anything nice to say, just save it. Like, it'll be deleted. It's just not worth any of your time or mine to fight with one another about this particular subject, because I will respect, like I said, I'm going to respect you. Just give me that same common courtesy. And this is just the way it is here. So I hope with this major disclaimer that you'll either skip the next video or, you know, hang out with me and just see how it is. And again, I will minimize as much as I can the nitty-gritties, and just take you along with me on this true homesteading journey. No fluff about it, because this is what it is to be a homesteader, to grow your own food, not just in the garden. So I hope you come along with me, and I hope you understand, and if you don't, that's okay, because I will always see you on the next one after the next one. Bye, guys.